Hey, what's up guys? I'm back. As you can see here, we've got a new setup going. I'm going to try and do something that is a little innovative in the reviewing world. I actually have a 3-camera setup. I'm going to try and get multiple angles of the item all in real time, all synced, all in 1080p, 30 frames per second. Anyways, part of the reason for me doing this is, like I said, with the evac was kind of a test run of how editing multi-camera video would go, and it seemed to go pretty okay. I kind of wanted to avoid going to this level of professionalism with these videos because I wanted to keep them fun, and I wanted to keep them as far away from work as possible. But I don't know, I feel like maybe it's time to step up the game a little bit and really show the level of professionalism that I'm capable of. And as promised in the evac video, here is the Perfect Effect 11 SFX Scouting Force X. This is the collection exclusive version that comes in a black and dark gray deco. These are convention exclusive sets that were limited to, I believe, a run of 500 per convention. They were sold 500 at BotCon of 2011 last year. There were 500 for Wonderfest and 500 for the Hong Kong Transformers convention that I can't remember to save my life. Perfect Effect, it's a funny name for them in my opinion. The company that has perfect in their title is also the company that has mastered parts forming. And with that being said, let's go to the figure. And here we have the Scouting Force X combined in their alt mode. Let's get this out the way. Get things set up here in frame. I actually have to bring this down just a tear. But as you can see, all three robots form together to make a complete old school style SLR, complete with tripod, flash, long range, telephoto lens. These guys are really pretty cool. They are a bit on the small side, but Perfect Effect is one of the few companies out there that can really justify such a small, or can really justify their prices when they have such a small product. Not many other people are really able to deliver on this small of a scale. This is, you know, not meant to be viewed from all sides, obviously. There's the overly apparent robot head there. But all in all, it's a pretty clean alt mode. It's nicely viewed from 3/4, essentially. The front and both the sides work out pretty good. You just can't really look at it through the back because of the amount of robot that's sitting out there. But let's go ahead and get them transformed. See what these little individual guys look like. For the transformation, what I will do is I will just disassemble the camera and then transform the individual bots, but I won't skip through going through all the accessories because to me that's a big part of the fun. So here we go.
So dangerous, he fights the law, but he also fights the crime, but not as much danger-esque. With Ronaldo at his side, he'll have Ronaldo at his side, danger-esque. He's got some Chinese stars, and he keeps them under the bed with a length of pipe, danger-esque.
And here we have all three of the parts transformed into their base robot modes. As you can see, there's a bunch of parts that are lying in front of them, but all of these parts get put to amazingly good use. So these figures are tiny. To give you an idea of how tiny they are, this is Finaltech Mirage that I've just thrown behind them. And Mirage is a very low profile Ford GT. And they barely stand taller than him. And then for a better example, G1 Mirage. Yes, it's a knockoff, I know. But so yeah, these are little guys, but they're a great value. Alright, but on to the figures as individuals. For being a 2.5 inch tall figure, they have lots of articulation. The heads are on ball joints, as you can see here. The shoulders are on ball joints, and the slots that are in them for the transformation allow for a lot of movement. The shoulder itself is on a swivel, which allows you to move it up and down. Once again, that's for the transformation, but it can be used for poses. The elbow is a ball joint. And then there's no wrist articulation, but I don't think I'd really want it on something this small. The waist is articulated. The hips are on ball joints. The knees are on ball joints. And then the feet have swivels that allow you to pivot and keep the foot planted. But yeah, all in all, for a 2.5 inch figure, I have deluxes that don't have this level of articulation. Hell, Voyager Megatron, as it is, barely has this level of articulation. You have two figures that are exact molds or exact duplicates of each other, and then one that has the center flash. I never really understood with Reflector, like if they're all individual beings or if the other two are just kind of quasi-sentient drones that go out and do the bidding of the other guy. But now here's the real meat and potatoes of this kit. You see here that in what was the base of the camera, there's actual storage for parts. Then when you take the camera lens and you open that up, it's also storage. Let me pop one of those panels off. Pop the other panel off. You see there's actually guns stored in there. Fold this up on this hinge, fold that over, open it up. All three of their weapons are stored in here. And so now I've got these three guys here with this mess of parts, but there's still more. Set that aside. You go over here with the flash. You pop this open, and then you slide these forward off that rail. And now you have this little piece here. You take this little piece and fold that down. Take this here, plug that in, and you've just created a Gatling gun for one of the Perceptor members. Put that down because you're not done yet. Put those to the side. Put these side panels to the side. But wait, I also forgot. When you look inside of this side panel, there's a knife in there. So yeah, this little side panel that you took off of the DSLR lens, flip it over, and there's weapon storage inside of there. Which you then, there's a little nub right there. You push on that. That pushes the whole clip out that you can pull out. And there is this little itty bitty knife with its own little holster clip. Just throw that into the pile of parts. Now you have the bottom here of the camera. And there's another one of these knives that you can loosen. Press that out, pull out the knife. There is also a scope for one of the weapons and a long-range barrel. So now you've got this big giant pile of parts sitting down there. That's a lot of crap to have left over for any figure, but this is how Perfect Effects handles that. What was your camera lens is now a booster pack. What was the side panels from your lens are now armored gauntlets. What was the top of your camera are now shoulder pads. Oh yeah, speaking of shoulder pads, what was your flash are now shoulder pad missile packs. Those guns that you had, well, at least one of them at least, combines with the parts that were stored away in the base battery pack to form a long-range rifle. Those knives are now stored in the back of the figure for quick deployment. And you can almost get them to grab it. There isn't quite enough articulation to really pull it off, but they can almost do it. That base of the camera, or the battery pack, I remember how the battery pack looked on old school SLRs. That folds up, a little handle folds out, and it becomes a riot shield. That's a riot shield. I'm going to go ahead and apply the other guns, since there's no extra add-ons for those other guns. And here you can see all three together. It's just really amazing the quality of work that Perfect Effect manages to pull off in figures that are this size. I'll get a little tighter zoom on there, and so you can see the amount of detail and emotion that they're able to capture in figures that are 2.5 inches, sub 3 inches. It's just really amazing. Just looking at these figures, you can see that they're highly detailed, they're well painted, they're well articulated, and they're under 3 inches. It's just really amazing. And there's parts forming going on, but this has got to be the most ingenious use of parts forming I've ever seen. The storage of the weapons in the... Sorry, I'm lost here. The storage of the weapons in the lens, the other weapons stored in the battery pack, and the flash itself becoming a rocket pod for the other figures. It's just really well done. And it's pretty much unmatched. No one's really attempted to even try to tackle parts forming. on the level that Perfect Effect has, and it's paid off to their advantage. There's the new version coming out in next month, I believe, where it's this same mold with a retool done to the chest and legs that will make them look similar to the original G1 toys, or Diaclone toys. You could get those. I'm pretty sure there are pre-orders available. But if you were on the fence about getting these figures and you've somehow missed all of the other reviews that have been done of the other versions and this version of the figure, definitely go for it. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this new setup. I would definitely appreciate some feedback on what you think of the multi-camera recording and the new setup. If the feedback's positive, I'll continue to use it and continue to make changes to make it better. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be doing my best to get another review out as soon as possible. Alright, see you later.
I can't believe the Autobots survived.
So dangerous, so dangerous. He fights the law, but he also fights the crime, but not as much danger-esque. With Ronaldo at his side, he'll have Ronaldo at his side, danger-esque. He's got some Chinese stars, and he keeps them under the bed with a length of pipe, danger-esque. That guy is dangerous. The mighty oak has fallen. If movies have taught me anything, he'll get the girl. Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. Cool glasses, cool glasses. Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. Cool, cool glasses. He works alone, except when he works with Ronaldo, which is all the time danger-esque. He's a private eye, a crooked cop, secret agent, and a celebrity pharmacist, danger-esque. That guy is dangerous, 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 dangerous. Or did I?